What becomes of a desire that can never be fulfilled? When the object of our highest ambition remains forever out of reach, how does the human heart respond? Do we find the grace to accept our limits, to cherish the warmth a distant star provides without needing to hold it in our hands? Or, in the agony of our failure, do we choose to protect our wounded pride by declaring the star was never bright at all? We tell ourselves its light was cold, its promise hollow, and that we are better off in the darkness. This is a story about the devastating choice between honest longing and the sour comfort of a lie, a choice that defines whether we grow from our failures or become imprisoned by them. In a cavern carved from the memory of time, there was no sun. There was only the heartstone. Suspended from the apex of the immense, vaulted ceiling, it was a single, colossal crystal that pulsed with a soft, internal luminescence. Its light was not a harsh glare, but a gentle, silver-blue breath that painted the stark geology in shades of dream and shadow. This light was the cavern soul, its singular truth. In the still, black pools that mirrored the distant glow, lived Kylus. An ancient cave eel, Kylus was sightless, its skin the color of polished obsidian. It had never seen the heartstone, yet it knew it more intimately than any other. It moved through the cool, liquid silence, its body a vessel for sensation. It felt the stone's warmth as a subtle energy permeating the water, a vibration that nourished the microscopic life upon which it fed. For Kylus, the heartstone was not a goal to be attained, but a presence to be grateful for. Its existence was one of patient, deliberate grace, a quiet dance of gratitude in the deep. Fluttering in the air above were the lyra, a colony of lamina moths. Their wings were like spun glass, iridescent and impossibly fragile. Unlike the eel, the moths had eyes, and their eyes saw only the heartstone. It was their obsession, their god, their torment. They were born from a collective, frantic desire to touch it, to merge with its brilliance. Their entire existence was a desperate, upward flutter. They believed that true life, true meaning, existed only in the blinding center of that light. And so they flew. Again and again, they ascended in shimmering clouds, their papery wings whispering against the vast emptiness. But the air grew thin and hot near the ceiling, a searing, invisible barrier. With each attempt, scores of moths were scorched, their delicate wings turning to ash as they tumbled back into the darkness, tiny emblems of failed ambition. Kylus, in its pool, would feel the frantic vibrations of their ascent, and the faint, tragic splashes of their fall. It did not pity them, for pity was a judgment. It only sensed the discord, the restless, painful energy of a desire that consumed itself. The moths, however, saw the eel's placid existence as a form of blindness far deeper than its own. They saw its contentment with the dark water as a pitiful, ignorant state. One cycle, a terrible resolve hardened within the collective mind of the lyra. They would not be denied again. Gathering every last member, from the freshly emerged to the tattered veterans, they formed a single, massive column of frenzied, shimmering light. With a unified roar of beating wings, they surged upwards, a living spear aimed at the heart of their world. They flew higher than ever before, enduring the heat, the air thinning to nothing. For a breathtaking moment, they illuminated the entire cavern, a second, mobile star aspiring to meet its maker. But the heartstone made no allowances. The infernal heat intensified, and the spear of moths disintegrated into a cascade of dying embers. A silent, ghastly rain of ash was all that remained of their ultimate effort. The few survivors, their wings broken, their spirits shattered, fluttered back to the edges of Kylus's pool. The agony of their failure was too great to bear. In the crushing silence, a new whisper began to circulate amongst them, a balm for their burning pride. The light, it was never pure, one hissed. It is a false beacon, another agreed, its glow is cold, a trick to lure us to our doom. True beauty, they concluded, their voices a sour chorus, was always here, in the honest, cooling dark. They remade their world not through achievement, but through scorn. They declared the prize unworthy because they could not win it. Down below, Kylus drifted slowly, feeling the warmth on its skin, sustained, as always, by the very light the moths now professed to hate. It sensed the change in the air, the frantic energy of envy replaced by the stagnant stillness of resentment. And it understood that the most profound darkness was not the absence of light, but the choice to deny its beauty. The moth's desperate rationalization is a mirror to one of humanity's most subtle and corrosive psychological defenses: sour grapes. When faced with an unattainable promotion, an unrequited love, or a dream that has definitively failed, how often do we protect our fragile ego by devaluing the goal itself? We declare the job was too stressful, the person wasn't right for us, the dream was foolish to begin with. This act of cognitive dissonance, of souring the light, shields us from the sharp pain of inadequacy. But it is a hollow victory. Unlike the eel, which finds peace in accepting its reality and appreciating what it receives, we become trapped. We sacrifice honest self-assessment for the cheap comfort of a lie, and in doing so, we forfeit the wisdom that only comes from acknowledging our own limitations and failures with integrity. The world offers its gifts freely. Our deepest suffering often comes not from what lies beyond our reach, but from our refusal to value what lies within it. For true wisdom is not about possessing the star that hangs in the heavens, but about learning to live gratefully in the light that it sheds upon us. This is Filiarium. Timeless stories, enduring wisdom.